Hey guys, Big Earl here again. I want to sit back and talk about things that we call intuition and spontaneity, extraterrorism, etc. Incarnation of life. We have a chance to bring back all things that we've done and done before our parents, and then we'll continue to do with our children. And some of you have parents and some of you don't. And for those who have them, bless you. For those who don't have them, bless you as well. They go in a better place. So we look at things as challenge. Every day we're challenged to be nice to each other. That's why the world is like balance. There's no good. There's nobody perfect in the whole 9 yards. That's something that you make perfect yourself. Not nobody else. No one else can tell you how good you are but you. They can say everything. What about the wars? That's what they see. That ain't what you believe. It's whatever you believe is true. It's true. Sometimes you talk about things and sometimes you don't. You're talking about kinfolks. Kinfolks are fickle like pencils and paper. Different. Every last one of them. Those one you like, those one you don't like, the one you disagree with, and you're going to always disagree with them until forever and a day. Until you meet upon them on that very glad day where everybody can be happy. If not, you'll be silent. And that's what people do when they are silent. The rest of them go to another place, heaven, hell, or whatever. Religion is the same way. Anytime you get a religion that you believe is right, then guess what? It's right to you. But is it right for everybody else? Religion calls us to think that we're in charge of our lives and in charge of the strength. But religion is for everybody who wants it. Let's try this again. Religion is for everybody who wants it. And everybody who wants to go after a religion achieve that point. Because it doesn't say that you have to pay, which some people pay. It doesn't have to say you have to like it, but some people do. It doesn't have to say you lean on it like a stick, but some people do. So we would tend that's our guardian angel. Well, I got to go to church today. Well, I got to go this. No, you don't have to. Well, I got to pray. Why are you praying? You know that there's a common bond to praying, and if you pray in any religion and it doesn't comfort you or doesn't give you what you want, you might need to get out because that's a screwed up religion you're in. If it helps you, then stay with it. If you believe it helps you, then stay with it. But if you know deep down that it's bogging you down, you need to get out and find you another one. There's plenty of them out there. You don't have to have one. Now, you might pray to one master, and everybody say he's the same. I don't care how many names they call him, but they say the same. Or you might pray to a believer, if you believe who the believer is, or the receiver, or the forgiver, or your counterpartner, whatever you believe. Because whatever you believe is true to you. And whatever somebody else believes is true to them. Our children believe until a certain point what's good for them. And they start that belief when someone else gets involved with them. Teenagers are very, very at that point. From the time they're 12 until they run into 13. But 12 is the start point. They start getting their own mind. They set on their own belief. See, here's the point that we got to quit believing and thinking about. We believe that we're always teaching the kids. No. The kids are teaching us. That's why the world is not a perfect world. It's a world to evaluate. It's a world to everybody to evolve. It's a world to everybody can think about what they're doing. Because every time you look at a child looking right back at you. And even though the child's not speaking, or the child is speaking. It's like a child sitting, but he's still standing. People say, well, what's he saying? He's saying something that you need to conquer mind, or be a bind, or conquer will, to see what, to get together where you can complete the conversation together. That's called coordination. And coordination is called you complete you congregation with that thought. You say, wow, Earl, yeah, you ever thought about it when you're looking at a child and the child look back at you? And if you're standing and he's looking up like, can you come down here and wait and talk to you? That's what he's saying. You get to this level and you start saying, well, I wish you could talk. Well, then the kids start talking. You say, I wish you wouldn't say anything. We're parents, we're so fickle when it comes to raising our children. And thank you if you have children. If you don't have children, you'll find out what you're doing later on. Whether you got grandchildren or whether you got nieces and nephews, you don't have to have your own children. You can adopt some children. Same thing. Adopting children, you adopt children every day. When you try to tell somebody what to do every day, they're not no relation to you. That's why they have an Uncle John who's never no blood related, but you never know. We run through a world where everybody's been around the world at least twice. So you might have dibble-dabble in it somewhere. We don't know. Every queen, king, and then they have dibble-dab somewhere. And that's why they didn't marry more time out of love. They married out of infatuation. They love out of engagation. They get about association. They get about libertation. They get about let's get together so we won't have to fight each other. And we can be one another. So love is a very important thing. Love is love is just as crazy and forgetful and thankful as hate. I can love you today, kiss you on your forehead, and slap you tomorrow. Oh, glory be. So, children, don't be so hasty to think that they don't know what they're talking about. Don't be so thoughtful when they say, I'm going to change my lifestyle. Don't worry about it. Because if it was meant for them and meant for you, they're either going to keep it or they'll go back. Now, you say, well, why is that? That's because that's the way life is. No one said they're going to be perfect when they came to this world. If you find a perfect place or you go to a perfect place, you better leave because you're going to tear it up. All right? Let y'all know. There's nowhere out there that's perfect. If it's perfect, you better leave it alone. Our children have a point of view and they have their own points. When they say, I can do this, yes, you can. I can do that, yes, you can. But the consequences are greater than always life. It's like everybody has an opportunity to grab onto a God. Okay? Everybody. No one is any different. You have the greatest opportunity. It's like the skylight is like the electricity out there on the wall. The only difference is you will pay for somebody else's fault. Earl, what you mean? Well, if you're not a chaplain, you're not a deacon, you're not a pastor, you're not a pope, you're not a coat, you're not a rope. You're gonna pay for somebody's mistake because you're just you, not knowing that I'm greater than all y'all. Because I'm myself. I'm a human being. I think before I act. I don't cry on somebody's shoulder and expect them to cry back. Okay? That's why every individual lives on this earth is an individual for themselves. And he who goes out and works hard, let's get it straight. You guys got a common denominator sitting back there. He who goes out and works hard makes it easy. Wrong answer. He who goes out and hard and works hard thinks about it twice while he got calluses on his hand. Easy comes when you allow it to be coming easy. It don't come easy. There's nothing in this world come easy. Nothing. You got to put something up, some kind of sacrifice for it to come to you or go away from you. You don't wake up one morning and say, oh, man, I should get out of bed. Well, if you don't get out of bed, you will still be laying there. Oh, I should go to work. If you got a job, you don't go there, you won't have a job. Oh, I should write my mother. Oh, I should write my brother. Why? Why should you write them? If you don't have nothing to say to them, why are you writing them? Too conscious? Get them off your mind? Get them that you think about them? No, that happens. But that's an old frog tale. That's a tale that everybody believes that, if your hand's scratching or your hand itching, something's going on. Well, there's something going on. Go wash your hand. If you got a thought process, change your thought process. Everybody have a thought process. Everybody have to think of a thought. Everybody have a thought for the day. You got a thought for the day. Let me get off this tube so I don't hear what he's saying. Or let me listen to see more what he's saying. The thought process never stops. The people stop the process. Not the process stopping people. Process continue to go on and on and on. You don't have nothing because you haven't established to make nothing. You don't have a short and a long-term goal because you didn't make a short goal. Before you make a short goal, then there's a long goal. Then the long goal will go longer. But the short goal has to rebuild and be made. Okay, Earl. Keep on. That's right. I'm here to let you know that all your thoughts and all your thinking thoughts and all your guiltiness that you always got that you thought you had and all those beliefs that you thought you believed that was a belief and all and all those churches that you went to and you didn't get nothing back from it unless you screwing the pastor. That's another story. But if you didn't get nothing from it and you didn't get nothing to believe what you were doing was right, then you need to change your paces. You need to face it. Life is not fun. Life is never fun when the shoe is on the other foot. Life is fun when it comes on you. Life is fun when things go in your way. When things not going your way, two things happen. You got a headache. I'm sick. Can't think about it. Don't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk to anybody. Ain't thinking about nobody. And don't want nobody to come near me. That's what happens when things don't go your way. You can rub it, you can scrub it, you can mug it, you can tug it, you can rough it, you can gruff it, you can moolop it. You can tree tropple it. Those things, I mean, you can go and on and talk about anything in life, people that you have no intention to meeting, which I don't, people you have no intention of knowing, and people you know nothing about. But yet you want to put your 2 pennies in, and with those 2 pennies can be turned into dirt, put it in a pot. Okay? So, if we can remember to give everybody an opportunity to be who they want to be, to say what they want to say, when they want to say it, we'll be amazed what comes out somebody's mouth. You'll be amazed what comes out your children's mouth at 13. Because that's the new rule. 13 times age. Take that age and you become grown and still 13. And all of a sudden, now you got something that you don't even want. An attitude. And an attitude check. I don't want to be here. If you would have done this, I would have done that. The only thing I say, before I say hasta la vista, la abuelo, la amigo, Cecilo, la palo, la kilo, papa, patanite, is this. If you were not born, you were not here. So therefore, somebody had to make you, and someone had to pull you out so you can become a body. Okay? So therefore, you need to remember, I don't care how rich you are, I don't care how rich you get, I don't care how tall you get, and I don't care how small you get. Your parents, you owe them enough gratitude to gratify that you are here. Because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be here. And you can say all day long, it ain't my fault. That's not the point. Wasn't for them, you wouldn't be here. And there wouldn't be no distinguished situation and obligation that you would have to make because you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have no kids. You wouldn't have no wife. You wouldn't have nobody. You wouldn't be here. You'd be a stone. You'd be mud on the wall. You'd be in another entity, but you wouldn't be here. So if nothing else, on 1,000 religions that you find and you think, and 1,000 choices you make every day, and the woman you live with, or the man you live with, don't matter. You be thankful that your parent, whoever they may be, thank them. Thank them daily. Whether they're here or not, thank them. If you don't want to do nothing for them, because let's be frank. Let's be honest for half a second. There is some parents that don't need to be parents. Should never been parents. There is some fathers should have never sperm, should never hit. Okay? But it did. And for those who did, and those who are still here, you should be thankful and wish them a good adios. Because they did their part. Now, if they didn't do their part, you can say adios to them way before now. Because they didn't do their part. They were never meant to do their part. That's why we run into a world where anything is possible. A lot of negative goes wrong. A lot of things go around in the world, but anything is possible to happen. Anything can happen. You don't think so? Look at our president. That tell you right there, anything can happen. All right? But you got to work for it and work at it. So what I tell you, anybody can go at something and achieve something if they decide to do it. So if you got a plan, if you got a will, if you got a want, if you got something to desire to do it now. Don't wait to say, oh, I wish I could have done it. Oh, I wish I could have seen Lee P. Paula or seen Jeannie Mihama. Sitting on your ass don't get you nothing. Don't even get you to class. All right? So if you have a desire, then make it known. If you got to write a book, write a book. You got to sing a song, sing a song. Go down there and get it recorded. If you got something, society always says they want to see something new. It's a new car, a new bar, bra, or whatever. It's always something new that they want to see. And if you ain't showing it, it ain't moving. It's not making the effort that you wanted to make. If you ain't saying what you got to say to your children, then it ain't making it to their ears. Because sooner or later, they're going to have children. And it's going to go to their children's ears. All you mothers and fathers out there, believe one thing. I want my child to be like me. Most of you do. And if that child is half as good as you are, then you're blessed. But if the child is acting up already, then you need your child to do something different. Because that child is not going to be like you. All right? There's no child saying, well, my mom and dad's a doctor, I'm a doctor. My dad's a lawyer, I'm a lawyer. It doesn't happen. It happens every blue moon. Okay? That's why it's, once again, individual talent matters to the whole world. Because that makes the world turn. That gives you different attitudes, different changes in life to move on to the next generation. That's what makes the difference. Not poetry, not singing, not dancing. Singing and dancing ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It got something to do with one thing. You're better than the next person because you're taking time to do it. And it's the same with sports. Any sports goes on that you ain't doing and you don't like it because you can't do it, that's one reason. The other reason, you ain't doing it. But if the other person doing it, he's getting paid for it. It's like I wouldn't go out there skiing. Coming off a black diamond with snow. I can't do it and I ain't want to do it, so I'm not going to do it. That's common sense. You say, what's common sense? Well, it's like bungee jumping. That's something that I could do, but I'm not doing. But for those who want to do it, have a great time. So yes, there is a few things in life that they call challenge for themselves. They ain't got nothing to do with the challenge of the people, the challenge themselves. But challenge, the only thing is challenge, you challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to be a better person. Challenge yourself to be a better father, a better brother, a better uncle, a better cousin, a better aunt, a better aunt. You challenge yourself to be that. And if you believe for 1 minute that everything that I've said, you're doing it and you're great, then you better find another hobby. Because remember what I told you, there's no perfect people out there. Everybody's got a little tail to pull. You know, it's like almost like pulling the hair and you see a little flake there. Well, everybody's got one that it's not in the same place. Everybody's got something like, man, my mustache ain't right today. I might change it. Same way in life. You don't wake up every morning feeling the same way. Some days you feel grumpy. Some days you feel happy the next day. But every day is not the same. There's always something that always changes the course of life. Whether you believe it or not, whether you think it or not, it's always something. I.e., a phone, telephone, cell phone, TV, radio. They change. They change every day. And they like people. We change every day. The concept is still there. Are you a nice person? That's fine, but still change. See, don't get the reason to say, well, he's nice every day. Well, you still got a problem. Well, you nice today or not? You might don't show him, but you still got him because that's the way the world we live in. Balance, and balance complicate everything. Balance the way you look, the way I look, the way somebody else look. Everybody don't look the same way, and that's a good thing. Can you imagine one person liking me forever? They'd have a rough time. That's my wife. But we have challenges in our lives, challenges in the world. And when you are challenged, that makes you greater. Every time you are challenged to do something different that you want to do, that makes you better. And if you can challenge yourself to having a good day, you will have a good day. And that's another thing. You know, a lot of times, I'm going to leave you with this for now. And I said 1,000 times, some things need to be left in the graveyard. And some things need to be left on the wall. And if they're famous, put them in a mausoleum. I put them in a theater. But if you put them in a mausoleum or somewhere for somebody to see it, history tells it twice, then leave it there. It don't need to be nowhere else. Because once it's done, it's done. Once you open it, you reopen something else. It's like reopen a wound. And if you ever open up a wound, that wound stinks, it smells, it feels bad, and you hurt more. That's what happened to everything else. If you go back and replay something, or reanimate something, or regroup on something that was bad to start with, it didn't get better. It's still bad. You might have recovered a little bit, but it's still bad. So why not just leave it alone? Put it in a museum and leave it there. Let it stay there. Let it hibernate. If not, you're screwing yourself up. And you're screwing life up because you can't go back and change it. Now, if you can go back and change it, then let me know. I'm going to be the first one on the ship to ask you how you change it. Because we can't go back and change the past time. We can't. We can only learn from it. You can't remove anything. You can only learn from it. And how you do that? You open up a book, or you write a book, or you go to a historic place and you read about it. Other than that, that's all you can do. Now, if it gets so where you can go and change a rock and go back 500 years, call me and let me know. Because I want to see how you did it. I'm not saying I want to go back to 500 years, no. Might be my ancestors back to be waiting until I'm glad you got here. All right? So, we all, believe it or not, once again, we're all related. One way or another. So, with that note, today is Riado, Sinado, Asamalo, Astabuelo, Cheers, Vidacine, Bye bye, Aloha, Vida. So long.